Israel's Green Dragon loitering munition is not just another drone. It exists in a completely new category of warfare that the world has never seen before. It does not behave like a missile. It does not operate like a conventional drone. It combines the patience of a surveillance system, the precision of a guided missile, and the intelligence of an autonomous hunter, all in one silent, deadly package that can circle above a battlefield for extended periods without ever being detected, waiting for the exact right moment to strike with devastating accuracy against high-value targets deep behind enemy lines. What makes this weapon truly extraordinary is not just its technical capabilities. It is the fundamental shift in military thinking that it represents. Armies that once relied on radar networks, air defense systems, and traditional detection methods are now facing a threat they were never designed to handle. A threat that is silent, patient, invisible, and almost impossible to stop once it has locked onto its target. Defense analysts, military strategists, and governments around the world are studying this technology right now because the nations that understand it, master it, and deploy it effectively will hold a decisive advantage in any future conflict. The Green Dragon is not a weapon of tomorrow. It is already here, already operational, and already changing the balance of power on battlefields across the world. Today, we are going to break down exactly how this system works, what makes it so uniquely dangerous, and why every serious military power on Earth is paying very close attention. The Green Dragon is a loitering munition system developed by Israel Aerospace Industries, one of the most advanced defense companies on the planet. Unlike traditional weapon systems that are fired directly at a known target, the Green Dragon is designed to be launched into an operational area where it then autonomously searches, identifies, and engages targets with minimal human intervention required. It carries a significant explosive warhead capable of destroying hardened military targets, including armored vehicles, radar installations, command centers, and air defense batteries. The system is designed for forward deployment, meaning it can be rapidly transported and launched from frontline positions, giving ground commanders an immediate precision strike capability that previously required air support from fighter jets or attack helicopters. What separates it from every conventional weapon that came before it is its ability to remain airborne for extended periods, silently gathering intelligence while simultaneously functioning as a lethal precision strike platform ready to engage at a moment's notice. One of the most critical and least discussed aspects of the Green Dragon is the engineering philosophy behind its remarkably low acoustic and radar signature. Israel Aerospace Industries designed this system from the ground up with stealth as a primary requirement, understanding that a loitering munition that can be detected early loses its most powerful advantage: the element of complete surprise. The Green Dragon utilizes an electric propulsion system that generates significantly less noise compared to conventional fuel-powered drones, allowing it to operate at low to medium altitudes without triggering acoustic detection systems that many modern military bases rely upon. Its airframe is constructed using materials and geometric designs that minimize radar cross-section, making it extremely difficult for conventional air defense radars to distinguish it from background clutter or atmospheric interference. Combined with its relatively small physical size, these engineering choices produce a weapon system that can operate in contested airspace with a level of survivability that larger, more conventional platforms simply cannot match. What truly elevates the Green Dragon beyond a simple remotely piloted vehicle is its sophisticated onboard targeting and autonomous engagement system. The drone is equipped with advanced electro, optical, and infrared sensors that continuously scan the ground below, feeding real-time imagery to both its onboard processing systems and to operators at ground control stations. These sensors allow the Green Dragon to operate effectively in all lighting conditions, day or night, and in various weather environments that would severely limit the effectiveness of conventional surveillance platforms. The onboard artificial intelligence processing system is capable of identifying and classifying military targets based on shape, heat signature, movement patterns, and other distinguishing characteristics, significantly reducing the time between target detection and engagement authorization. This means that a single operator can effectively manage the drone's mission while the system itself handles the complex task of continuously scanning vast areas of terrain, identifying potential targets, and presenting actionable strike solutions within seconds of detection. The operational parameters of the Green Dragon give military commanders a level of strategic flexibility that fundamentally changes how ground operations can be planned and executed. The system is designed for extended endurance missions capable of remaining airborne long enough to cover significant operational areas and wait through multiple target presentation windows before committing to an engagement. This endurance factor is not merely a technical specification. It is a strategic multiplier that forces enemy commanders to consider the possibility that a loitering munition may already be overhead at any given moment, creating a persistent psychological pressure that degrades decision-making and operational confidence across the entire enemy force. The launch system is compact and mobile, designed to be transported by standard military vehicles and deployed rapidly by small teams without requiring specialized infrastructure such as runways, launch catapults, or extensive ground support equipment. This combination of range, endurance, and rapid deployment capability makes the Green Dragon equally effective in conventional warfare, asymmetric conflicts, and special operations environments. The Green Dragon is not a laboratory concept or an experimental prototype waiting for its first real-world test. It is a combat-proven system with documented operational history in actual conflict environments. Israel Aerospace Industries has confirmed operational deployments of its loitering munition family in multiple theaters, and defense analysts tracking arms exports have documented the Green Dragon's presence in several international military inventories. The broader family of Israeli loitering munitions, of which Green Dragon represents the latest and most advanced generation, achieved global recognition during the 2020 Nagorno-Karabakh conflict, where Azerbaijan's deployment of Israeli-made loitering munitions resulted in the systematic destruction of Armenian air defense networks, armored formations, and command infrastructure with a speed and precision that shocked military observers worldwide. That conflict served as the most comprehensive real-world validation of loitering munition technology ever recorded, demonstrating conclusively that these systems could achieve strategic, level effects previously associated only with large-scale air campaigns conducted by sophisticated air forces. Understanding why the Green Dragon is so difficult to counter requires understanding the fundamental assumptions upon which modern air defense systems were designed and built. Conventional air defense networks, including radar systems, surface-to-air missile batteries, and anti-aircraft artillery, were engineered primarily to detect, track, and engage fast-moving high-signature targets such as fighter jets, attack helicopters, cruise missiles, and ballistic projectiles. These systems excel at their intended purpose, but share a common vulnerability. They depend on detecting targets that are large enough, fast enough, and electromagnetically active enough to trigger their detection thresholds. The Green Dragon systematically exploits every one of these assumptions. Its small size falls below the detection threshold of many radar systems optimized for larger targets. Its electric propulsion produces minimal heat signature, defeating infrared detection systems. Its slow, unpredictable flight path makes target tracking and engagement geometry extremely challenging for systems designed to intercept fast-moving threats. The result is a weapon that effectively renders enormous investments in conventional air defense partially obsolete. The operational success of Israeli loitering munitions has triggered one of the most significant shifts in global defense procurement and military development programs seen in decades. Nations that witnessed the devastating effectiveness of these systems in real combat are now urgently investing in both offensive loitering munition capabilities and new defensive countermeasures designed specifically to address this emerging threat category. The United States has significantly accelerated its own loitering munition development programs, with multiple defense contractors competing to produce systems that can match or exceed Israeli capabilities. Russia responded to battlefield losses from Ukrainian loitering munitions by investing heavily in electronic warfare systems and low-altitude air defense networks specifically designed to counter small, slow-flying threats. China has developed its own extensive family of loitering munitions, clearly influenced by the Israeli design philosophy that prioritizes autonomy, endurance, and precision over raw speed and size. Even smaller nations with limited defense budgets are now prioritizing loitering munition acquisition as a cost-effective way to achieve precision strike capabilities previously available only to major military powers. Israel's position as the world's leading developer and exporter of loitering munition technology represents far more than a commercial success story. It reflects a deliberate national security strategy built over decades of continuous investment in unmanned systems research and development. By establishing technological leadership in this critical emerging domain, Israel has created multiple layers of strategic advantage that extend well beyond the battlefield. Diplomatically, the ability to offer advanced loitering munition systems to allied nations creates powerful relationship leverage and ensures that Israel maintains deep defense relationships with key international partners. Economically, defense exports represent one of Israel's most significant revenue streams, with Israeli defense companies consistently ranking among the world's top arms exporters relative to national GDP. Militarily, the continuous feedback loop between exported systems used in real conflicts and Israel's own development programs means that Israeli engineers are constantly learning from actual combat data, allowing them to refine and improve their systems at a pace that competitors struggle to match. The current generation of Green Dragon technology, as impressive as it already is, represents only the beginning of a development trajectory that defense analysts believe will produce even more capable and disruptive systems within the next decade. Israel Aerospace Industries and its competitors are actively researching and developing several next-generation capabilities that will significantly expand the operational envelope of loitering munitions beyond what is currently possible. Artificial intelligence integration is perhaps the most transformative development on the horizon. Systems that can not only identify and classify targets autonomously, but can also make complex tactical decisions about engagement timing, threat prioritization, and mission abort scenarios with minimal human oversight. Swarm technology represents another frontier, with multiple loitering munitions operating as a coordinated network, sharing sensor data, dividing search areas, and executing synchronized multi-axis attacks that overwhelm even sophisticated air defense networks through sheer coordination complexity. The combination of these advancing capabilities will produce weapons systems that are orders of magnitude more capable than anything currently deployed. The Green Dragon and the broader loitering munition revolution, it represents our forcing a fundamental reconsideration of nearly every assumption that has governed military doctrine, force structure, and defense investment for the past half-century. The age of expensive, crude platforms dominating the battlefield is giving way to an era where small, intelligent, autonomous systems can achieve effects previously requiring entire squadrons of fighter aircraft or battalions of ground forces. This shift has profound implications not just for how wars are fought, but for how nations prepare for conflict, how they structure their armed forces, and how they calculate the costs and risks of military action. For smaller nations with limited resources, advanced loitering munitions represent a genuine equalizer, a way to project precise, lethal force against much larger adversaries without requiring the massive infrastructure investments that traditional military power demands. The Green Dragon is not simply a new weapon. It is a signal that the entire character of armed conflict is changing in ways that will define international security for generations to come. If you found this breakdown valuable and genuinely educational, then take 1 second right now and hit the subscribe button, because we cover exactly this kind of deep, detailed analysis on modern military technology, emerging defense systems, and the weapons that are quietly reshaping the balance of power around the world every single week. If you want to go even deeper on this topic, we have a complete breakdown of Israel's full loitering munition family, including the Harop, Harpy, and Sky Striker, linked in the description below. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Which military technology do you want us to cover next? Your suggestions directly shape what we research and produce. Share this video with anyone who wants to genuinely understand how modern warfare is evolving, because this is exactly the kind of analysis that mainstream media rarely provides. We will see you in the next one.